thing that I have been thinking about for a good couple of months now. So I'm really excited to get this out into the hands of travel agents, because this is something that I think that you guys are going to absolutely love. So let's jump in. We're just going to have a little bit of a presentation, and then we are going to head on over to Canva. So I want to let you guys know that there are 2 free templates that are available, so that when we do jump into Canva, that you can follow along and do the training in terms of the customization with me. But I also wanted to give you guys 2 textable cards to try out in your business, to see if you like them, see if you think that they make any difference, if they make your life easier, if they get you more engagement. So I wanted to give you guys 2 free templates for this month to give them a try and see. So I'm going to put the link in the description of this video so that you guys can jump in and access that. So go ahead, jump into the link, open Canva, and then when we jump into our Canva training side of things, that you've got it up on the screen. So what are textable cards? So textable cards are their digital messages. So these are, they're not text messages. They're not a simple text message as such. Basically, you're sending your client an image or a photo, and then you're putting your message on top of that. So this is what will help you communicate and share your important information. So this is not just a text message. There's more of a visual impact, more of a visual punch that goes along with it, which is why these guys are so effective. So to give you a bit of an idea as to where you can use textable cards in your business. So this is just a bit of a brainstorm list that I came up with, but to follow up a quote. So typically, if a client has ghosted you, this is using a textable card is another way to approach the client, to try and engage with them in another way. So I'm sure that you've tried, emails and things like that. So textable cards are another way to approach this client that you might get more of a response, because textable cards do feel a little bit more personal, like something that would come from a family or friend. We are all familiar with itineraries coming across in textable cards. This is probably the where the travel industry is at the moment in terms of textable cards, but there's so much more that you can do, such as your pre-travel checklist, packing list. You can send them a countdown to the vacation, mid-trip check-in. So if they're halfway through their vacation and you want to send them a message without seeming like you're imposing. You can also get review requests. So, hey, you come back from your vacation, hope that you're nice and tanned. Would you mind leaving me a review on Facebook or a social media platform, website, etc.? And then these are also a really good way to keep in contact with clients post their travel booking. So in terms of a sale that come up that they might be interested in. So if they're a cruise client, they might be interested in an upcoming sale, or reaching out to book with them or to book with you in the future. So this is just a couple of places that you can use textable cards. So that's why I'm really excited, because there is so much potential in terms of what we can do with these. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to jump over into Canva. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen and share Canva. So go ahead, guys, jump into Canva with me. And then when you've opened up your Canva link, this is the page that you will be brought to. So here we are. These are the two free templates that come with the Canva link. So the first one that I've put is a booking confirmation. So it's a congratulations, that you've paid your initial deposit, your booking's been confirmed, something along those lines. And then the second one that I just wanted to include is just a really simple document checklist. So this is just something, to remind clients in terms of the most important things that they need to pack. So passports, obviously, tickets, all of those sort of things. So these are 100% editable as always in Canva, and I wanted to give 2 templates that I'm hoping are generic enough so that any travel agent watching that gets their hands on these can actually do something with these. So where we are going to start is just a quick note that these are fully accessible in the free version of Canva. You do not require the pro version whatsoever. All of my templates are done in the free version. You will never ever be required to buy pro through any of my templates. So that's that one. And there are 3 ways that you can go ahead and customize these templates, which is what we're going to be walking through and doing today. So the 3 ways that we can customize is the colors, the image, and the text. So in terms of branding, that is probably the 3 things that you need to do to actually go through and personalize and customize these. So we'll go through each of these in their own sections. So let's jump into our colors. So we'll do the colors first. So what we'll do is we'll scroll up to the first one. And sorry, just while I'm thinking of it, a quick note, I have put both of these templates into the same Canva file so that they're both together. And the reason being is so that when we go ahead and change the colors, that we're changing the colors through the whole document. So whether you have 1 or 20 of these, they're all going to be matching up to your branding colors. So that's why they're together. And then as we go through towards the end, I'll show you how to download these so that you can share them with your clients individually. So while they're in Canva, we'll work on them as together as a pair, and then I'll show you at the end how we actually go through and pull them out individually. So what we'll do is, because they are quite small, so the size that they are is the same size as a typical mobile phone, so that when your clients receive these on their end, it'll be a nice picture that'll take up the size of their mobile phone screen. So that's why they're in that rectangle shape. So that is already worked out for you, so you don't need to worry about resizing or anything like that. They are sized perfectly and ready to go. So what we'll do is we'll just zoom in so that we can see them a little bit better. So we'll come down the bottom here to where it says down in the very bottom right-hand corner, they're currently sitting at 20%. So beside the page 1 of 2. So we'll just increase the size and we'll scroll up a little bit just so that we can see it a little bit easier. So what we are going to do is start with the colors. So the colors that I have automatically put in are these pinky sort of tones. So these are my default colors, and I've just taken them straight from the background picture here of the beach and palm trees. So this is something that you can 100% change. There's no hard and fast rules in terms of where you want to go with your colors. Obviously, selecting your branding colors is definitely a good place to start, or you are welcome to use this design exactly as it is and basically just add your customization in terms of your name, contact details, and either putting your logo or your photo into the picture box down the bottom here. So the picture box is the one that has the field and the blue sky and the cloud. So that's the picture box that you can go in and add that to. So in terms of changing the colors, the way that we select our colors is we click on any box that already has a color. So this is the beauty of working with a template, is that you don't have to go through and create a box and then everything like that. I've done it all for you, which is why I love working with templates, because they are so much easier. You're just customizing the information that's there. So to access your color, we'll come down to the box down the very bottom, this sort of medium shade pink that says Emily Example Travel. And all that we're going to do is we're going to click on that, And then once we click on that, what it'll do is it will bring up this top navigation bar. And then to get into the colors, we're just going across to this pink square. And then when we hover over it, it says color. So we're just going to click on that. And then it automatically brings up our colors. So if you have followed me before, we have gone through how to add a branding colors. So we can go through and add 3 branding colors into the Canva free version. But I will also share a link as to how to do that in a separate video in case that you need a refresher. So in terms of the choosing your branding colors, we can go ahead. If you have your branding colors already in Canva, then all that you're doing is you're just changing the colors by selecting them up here or choosing your different colors down here. So that's basically what you're doing. Or if you haven't done this process before and you know your hex codes, then the way that you'll add your hex codes is we come up when we've got our document colors up the top, and then we've got this little rainbow square with a plus. So when we click on that, it opens up our color gradient chart, and we can use this hex and then the 6-digit code, and we can actually put our hex code into that, and that'll pull across. So that's how we go ahead and add our branding colors. So we're either going through and putting them straight into Canva with the hex codes, or if they're already there, then we're just pulling them across. So the other thing to note in this template is that I've got 2 shades of pink that I've selected. So I've got a lighter pink and a darker pink. This is just purely for variation, primarily more in the second design. So if I scroll down to the second design, you'll see that I've got this lighter pink, and then these icons, I've made this darker pink. So that's sort of more where we've got these different colors coming in. So these icons, so this little book, pen, and the people, are color changeable. So you can go ahead and change the colors of those. So say, for example, if we wanted to change these to, say, pick up more of this blue color. So Canva have a really good way of identifying some colors already in the photos that we've already got in our design. So if we wanted to change that to, say, this green color, then we can do that. And then another trick and tip, if you want to change all of this darker pink in the design, when we click on one, and then it comes up with the option to change all. So if I click that change all, then what you'll see is it will change these 3 darker icons, and then also this color down the bottom here. So that's a really handy way of doing that, to change all of the colors across your design. So what we'll do for this particular example is we'll run with that greeny color. It's quite nice. It gives a nice contrast to that pink. So we'll leave that. So if we come back up to the top, now it has lost its color because it was set at a lighter gray. So the way that we change the color in the text is that we're clicking on the text to select it. And then what we're doing is we're going to go up to the top navigation that comes up, and we're actually going to hit this little A that is text color. And then what we're going to do is we have the option to go ahead and change it. We can add it, make it white, for example, so it stands out, or we can make it black, or we have these default colors down the bottom here that we can make it a darker gray. So it's really up to you. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it at that darker gray, just so that we can see it a little bit better, but I don't want it to stand out too much. So there's that one. So that is a simple way to go ahead and change the colors in your text. in your templates, sorry. So the next one that we're going to cover is if you want to change the images. So as I said, these are 100% ready to go in terms of the 2 images that I've selected, so which is these beach backgrounds. But if you do want to change them, you are more than welcome to. So I've just selected these off Canva, and the way that that we go to change or select an image is what we're going to do is we're actually going to select our image, basically, so that you guys know the one that I'm actually looking at. So, and then what we do is we come across to our side nav, which is the black one, this black nav, and we're going to come down to photos, which is the almost at the bottom, 3/4 of the way down. We're going to click on that. And then what you have the option to do is you can put up the top in this little search bar anything that you want, anything that's related to your niche, anything that you want to see pictures of. So that's where I've come in and selected. Beach ones are always easy and all of those sort of things. So just in terms of if you only have the free version of Canva, you will notice that some of the pictures have this little crown and pro. Here's another one down in the middle here. So these pictures are only available in the pro version. So what we're looking for is a picture that doesn't have a crown beside it, which indicates that it's part of the free package. So say, for example, if we liked this, this deck chair up the top here, so on the top row, the way that we actually go about changing the picture across is we're going to click, and then we're going to drag that image, and we're going to put it into our picture box that we've highlighted. So the way that we're doing that is we're going to come over to the picture, we're going to click, we're going to hold our click, and we're going to drag that picture, and we're going to place it so that it comes into our picture box. Now, sometimes it's a little bit tricky to actually place into the box, so you've just got to hold it and move it. Just move your mouse around until you actually see it go into the box. So like that. And then we release the click, and there's the picture inserted. So what I've done with these pictures is I haven't put an effect on them. I've actually altered the transparency. And the reason that I've done that is so that these, the text that I've put on top of the picture is actually able to be more easily read. So if you wanted to change the transparency, that is done with this little sort of checkered flag up the top. So if I click on it, you'll see that I've got it set at 38. If we increase it, it brings the color back into the photo. And then as we decrease it, so it just depends on the picture. If you have a picture that's a bit more softer and you want to see it a bit more clearly, you can increase the transparency, or we can bring it back to even around 40 is fine with this particular picture. So it's more just so that we can read the text that I've placed on top. And the other thing with our picture too is that you do have the option to reposition it as well. So the way that we do that is if I double click on the picture, it'll give us the outline of the original picture. And the way that we can reposition that is we just click on the picture and then we just move it from side to side. So you just sort of pick where you're happy with it. And then once we're done that, then if I get rid of this on the side, then we can click our purple done button and it sets that picture there as it is. So that's how you can go ahead and change the pictures. If you want to go ahead and do that, that's how you can jump in and do that. So in terms of this picture, I'll leave that, but you are more than welcome to change it if you like. So I think that that even with that slight change to this greeny color, this new picture actually complements that quite well, as quite nicely as well. So I'm really happy with how that's actually turned out. So if we close that. Now, the next one that we want to do is to change the text. So that's a really easy one to go ahead and do. If you don't want to change any of the main text, you are more than welcome to use it, but obviously you're just wanting to go ahead and change your name and your contact details. So the way that you go ahead and change any of the text that is already there is you're just double clicking on it to highlight it, and then you can just click off it again, and it just puts your cursor in there. Or if you just come in and just click on it and then click on it again, just to bring your cursor up, and then you can go ahead and just change it to exactly what your name is. So if your name was, say, for example, Emily Smith, so you can go ahead and do all of that. Don't forget to do the bottom one down here. And then the checklist, again, you're just personalizing, putting in your business details down here. So that's a really easy one. And then in terms of these photos, so these photo boxes, you can either put a picture of you or you can put your logo. So it is entirely up to you. If you have already been using Canva and you've got your logo already in your upload section, go ahead and do that. But if you have not and you don't know what I'm talking about, the uploads is over in the black side nav on the side here, and it's uploads. 2, 3, 4, 5th one from the bottom. So if we click on that, I've been playing around with a whole bunch of other things. So my uploads are quite full. But in terms of where you would go is you would hit your upload files, and then it would give you access to find files on your computer, and then you're just uploading those. So go ahead and upload your logo. I think I've got one of my logos in here. Go ahead and add your logo. And then the way that we want to bring this is we just drag it down, and it will go into that box there, into the picture box. So that's a really handy thing about having the picture box field there, is that you can just drag and just put it straight in there. Or the other method is you can just hold your click and drag it straight across. So that's that one. Now, in terms of downloading and sharing these with your clients, I recommend that you download them as an image, which is either a JPEG or a PNG. So once you've gone ahead and you have customized and branded, and you're really happy with how your textable card looks, what you are then doing is you are downloading. So the way that we go ahead and we download is we come up to the top share button, and then we're going down to where it says download. And then what we're doing is you can go with the PNG or the JPG, but for these particular textable cards, I reckon downloading them as PNG files. And then the way that we select one card to download is we come down to where it says select pages, and we're coming down and we're selecting only the first card to download, so which is page 1, and then we're clicking done, and then we're clicking download, and it is telling you that it's downloading, and it downloads your file. So the way that you can go about getting these textable cards onto your phone is either in the Canva app. So if you have the app, you can access it on your phone and download straight onto your phone. The other way that you can do it, and that's the way that I tend to do it because I'm a bit, I don't know, apps are a bit, is I will download it on my computer, and then I'll jump in my emails, and then I will email myself an email with the picture as an attachment. And then what I'll do is I'll open my emails on my phone. I'll open the image as the attachment to the email, the image, and I'd save the image to my phone. And then what you would do from there is that you would then go on to your mobile phone, you would select your client, and then basically from there what you would be doing is sending them a text message and attaching that picture as the text message. So that is basically in a nutshell how you would go about branding and customizing in Canva, and then downloading as the PNG, and then getting it onto your phone, and then sending it as a text message to your client. So these are a really great way of having more of an open method of communication, but something that feels more personal too. So you can go ahead and change all of the messages in these cards and give them your voice, make them sound like you, make them relevant to your niche and your travel business. And I think that they are going to be a really good asset in terms of what you guys are doing already. This is a really good way to complement your existing process. So another thing that I just wanted to tell you guys about is, after you've gone ahead and you've customized these templates and you've started using textable cards, perhaps that you send off this first booking confirmation to your client, and you get a really good response on it, and you're like, yep, that's great. I want to add some more into my business. What I've done is I have gone ahead and I have created a bundle for you guys. So this is a bundle that is available on my Etsy store. So this one is a bundle of 20 textable cards that I have put together. So this is where I have gone through and I have tried to think about as many different scenarios that that would be enhanced by a textable card, and where these can really make an impact. So in terms of ones that I've got, I've put a couple in for following up a quote. So again, where a client is ghosting you and you're trying to reach out to find out what exactly is going on with the quote, if they want to proceed, if they don't, just to try and gain some sort of response. I've put in a few of those. I've got a thank you for your business. I've got one that is that the itinerary is ready for review. Got the actual itinerary outlay. So I've got a couple of different itinerary overviews in terms of how many days and things. Then I've got that simple document checklist in there. I've put in another one. So pre-travel checklist, a good couple of reminders, hold my mail at the post office, thank you for your business, some important trip information, the vacation countdown. So it's only X days until your vacation, to really help build the anticipation with that one. The mid-vacation check-in, and then a couple for getting them to come back and book with you, or potentially telling them about a sale that's happened. So this bundle is, as I said, available on my Etsy store, and to help out with that and to give a little bit of extra incentive, I'm also offering a 30% discount on this particular bundle. So it is exclusive to you guys. That is above the discount that is on Etsy at the moment. So when you go through, and I'll put a link to this template bundle below, but if you put in the code TEXT, TEXT30, TEXT 30, that'll give you 30% off this bundle. So I hope that you guys really love these templates. I hope that you introduce textable cards to your business. If you do, I would love to know what happens, how it goes, if you get any feedback from your clients or anything like that. So thank you very much for coming along this Canva journey with me, guys, and I will see you next month. Bye.